Yo, what's up, language fam? Today's gonna be lit because I'm spilling the tea on 10 American slang words that'll have you sounding like a straight-up native.
Wait, did you just use 3 slang expressions in one sentence?
Sure did. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what they mean.
Deep dive into slang. Should be fun.
Yeah, slang is so interesting. It really is like a linguistic fingerprint of a certain time and place, Like when you look back at slang from the past, you can really get a sense of what was happening in the culture.
Totally. Makes you feel like you're in the know, part of the in-group or whatever.
Yeah.
So the first word on your list is lit.
Right.
Which you describe as meaning something exciting or amazing.
Yeah, and lit is interesting because it has that double meaning, right? I mean, something that's literally on fire, I.s. lit, but then an awesome party is also lit.
Yeah.
So slang, it loves to play with those double meanings, like taking existing words and using them in new and unexpected ways. It's like its own form of creativity.
Yeah, it is. Like that concept of fire, right? We always use it to express passion, energy, excitement. Lit just kind of takes it up a notch.
Exactly.
So speaking of playful language, the next word is spill the tea.
Ooh, yes.
Which is all about gossip, right? Sharing juicy gossip.
Yeah, definitely. And the script uses that fun image, right, of literally spilling tea.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, it helps the phrase stick in your mind.
It does.
And that visual actually comes from history, believe it or not. In the past, sharing news and gossip over tea was a common social ritual.
Interesting.
Especially in certain circles. So the phrase carries that history with it.
Wow.
Like evoking those intimate gatherings where secrets were shared over teacups.
I love those little connections to history. It's like a secret code passed down through generations.
Exactly.
Okay. From tea to salt, we've got salty next, which means annoyed or upset, right?
Right. And salty is a great example of slang using a metaphor to express an emotion. Like imagine someone literally covered in salt because they're so mad. It's funny.
It's funny, right? It's exaggerated, but it really captures that bitterness, that irritation.
Yeah, it really does. Okay, so this next word, this one kind of hits home for me. Ghosting. Have you ever been ghosted?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
How did it make you feel?
It's such a frustrating experience. And, it really reflects, I think, this broader trend of avoiding tough conversations or confrontations in our digital age. Like, technology's almost made it easier to just disappear from people's lives without a word.
Without any explanation.
Yeah.
It really makes you think about the long-term impacts that this could have on relationships and communication patterns.
Yeah.
Okay, enough about ghosting. Let's move on to something more positive. We've got vibe.
Yes, vibe.
Such a versatile word.
It is. You can have the vibe of a place, the vibe of a song, even the vibe of a person, right? And I think that really speaks to where we are in contemporary culture, like we're so focused on
Intangible feelings, atmospheres. It's not just about the concrete anymore. It's about
the feeling.
the feeling you get, that energy.
Yeah, it's like we're getting more attuned to the subtleties of our experience.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk truth-telling.
All right.
Or the lack thereof. Cap and no cap.
Yes.
Pretty straightforward, right? Lying and truth-telling.
Yeah. But it's interesting, though, because slang often fills in gaps where formal language kind of falls short.
Yeah.
So cap gives us this fresh, informal way to talk about truth and lies.
Right.
And it adds an extra layer of emphasis,
Like sometimes true or false just
doesn't cut
it. You need something more.
Yeah.
Which brings us to hits different.
Oh, I love that one.
Something special, unique, resonates on a deeper level.
Yes. Hits different, acknowledges those subtle differences in how we experience things.
Yes.
Sometimes those basic adjectives, they just don't capture the full emotional weight of a situation.
Okay, onto a word that's maybe a little less positive. Basic.
Ooh, basic.
Got that negative connotation, right? Unoriginal, mainstream.
Yeah, basic really reflects those social pressures, those judgments of our time. Like it highlights that fear of being seen as ordinary, conforming to the masses. It's a way to police social boundaries and enforce certain ideals using language.
It really makes me wonder, do you think basic itself will eventually become
Ooh, that's a good question.
outdated slang? As trends change and what's basic evolves.
I mean, that's the nature of slang, right? It's constantly changing.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, basic might be basic someday.
Less, exactly. But for now, its opposite is extra over the top.
Exaggeration, attention-seeking.
Yes. And it's interesting to think about how that connects to the more performative aspects of our culture.
Oh, absolutely.
Like social media, where standing out,
Right.
getting noticed is so important.
Totally. And then, of course, we have Lowkey, which is like the opposite of extra, right? Lowkey, subtle.
Understated, keeping it on the down low.
Exactly. And Lowkey shows how slang lets us express nuance, degrees of feeling. Like you can be excited about something, but low-key excited, meaning you don't want to make a big deal about it.
Right.
It's subtle.
So we've gone through these 10 slang words.
We have.
Each one kind of offering a glimpse into how language evolves and reflects culture.
Absolutely.
Think about it. How does slang shape your own communication? What does your favorite slang word say about you?
That's a great question for everyone to think about.
Yeah, because slang is a living language, always changing, always adapting. And by paying attention to the slang we use, we can gain valuable insights into how we think, how we connect, and how we navigate this complex world.
It's a reflection of us, really evolving right along with us.
Absolutely.
It's fascinating.
It is. It really is. So thanks for joining me on this deep dive into American slang.
My pleasure. It was fun.
Until next time.
See you then.